This is Realty Talk with Ellie and Gaelan. Welcome to episode 77 of Realty Talk with
Ellie
and Gaelan. Happy 2021 New Year's. It's been a few weeks, but we kind of took a planned holiday vacation, I guess, which is good. I kind of actually feel good that we took a little bit of a break. We tried to fit a couple, I think one or two in, but we just said, screw it. So we're back, 2021. You can't get rid of us. We're resilient AF, and we're here. Ellie, how has... I think our last episode was December 16th. It looked like yesterday or day before.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So what have you been doing since December 16th of 2020? It's almost 3 weeks now.
Not a whole lot real estate wise. I mean, I had 3 closings. Why do I have 4?
As you're just like flipping.
Why do I have 4?
One of them's your license. Yeah.
Darn. So I had 3 closings.
Making it rain over here.
I am actively working with a couple of people, and I do have a home under contract, but as far as being on social media and following up with leads, I've been pretty sluggish. You jinxed me by talking about being out of it, but I think it was just with the holidays, and then I had to kind of quasi-quarantine for a couple of weeks because I had a cough, and it was fine. I tested negative for COVID, and it went on long enough that I had finally called my doctor, and they wrote me a note saying, this she has allergies, it's fine. It's just, but so I had to stay home for 2 weeks, which was terrible and lonely, and God bless everyone who's just regularly does that. So I wasn't able, I had to have a bunch of people cover showings, and all my final walkthroughs were during the 2-week period where I couldn't see anybody. All my clients were fantastic and understanding about it though, which is great. I don't think if there's anything. John adopted a sloth in my name for Christmas. I love sloths.
Real sloth?
Yeah, I mean, we can't have it. It's in the jungle, but
okay, there's
they tattooed my name on it.
Really?
No.
Oh, it's like that's
no, but
it's commitment.
The adoption, it's quasi adopted. I got a stuffed sloth in lieu of a real sloth.
What's the sloth's name?
I named it Clem.
Like Clementine?
No, just Clem.
Clem?
Mm-hmm. I suppose it could be like Clementine, but the name is Clem.
But
it's not short. It's not short for anything. It's just Clem.
No, that's fine.
Although
do it up.
Clementine makes sense.
Why a sloth?
I really like sloths.
Okay.
I think they're cool.
Because they're slow?
No, they're actually quite fast in the water.
Really?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I haven't fact checked it.
Okay, so please fact check Ellie. Sloths are actually Olympic level speeds.
They're quite fast in the water, and baby sloths sometimes mistake their own arms for branches and then fall out of the tree. Sometimes they don't make it. It's actually kind of sad, but it's also a little funny.
Okay, so off to a morbid start here. So God bless the sloths. At least you adopted one. That's actually kind of cool.
They're really cute, especially the I think it's there's 4-toed and 3-toed, and I think it's the 4-toed that are really they're just absolutely adorable. Yep, sloths are fast swimmers.
Are they? That's weird. I didn't even know they could go in water. Are they mean? Or are they?
They can hold their breaths for 40 minutes underwater. Oh my gosh, I'm learning. Anyway, sorry. I don't.
Do they spend a lot of time in the water?
I don't think so. My guess is maybe they learned how to hold their breaths for a long time because they get in the water and it takes them a while to get out.
They just sink to the bottom and just 4-toed their way up to the...
Oh, it's because their heart rates are so slow, so they probably don't metabolize oxygen so fast. They swim 3 times faster than they can walk, which, granted, is probably not fast enough to be terrifying, but...
I watched a documentary with my son the other day, and he wanted to watch it, which was weird. It was about an octopus. And it's on Netflix. It's called My Octopus Teacher. And it was this dude that, it's as weird as the name sounds. I think it was off the coast of South Africa, and he would, dive down every day and play with this octopus.
They are stupid smart.
And, research, but, they started to, develop this, relationship to the point where he was, probably a little too close to the octopus, but he, they
had a child together.
They did, a squid. No, but the idea was he was going down with no breathing apparatus, no scuba. So he was just going down.
That's a 4-toed versus a 3-toed.
Which one's better?
The 4-toed. They're way cuter.
It's like Wolverine. But so this guy would go down, but he had no breathing apparatus. So he'd like go down with a snorkel. And I don't know how long. He never really said like how long he spent, but he'd like, I had to come up for breath. But like he was down taking camera footage and stuff. So this guy obviously had a pretty good lung capacity.
Do you like hold your breath when you're watching an underwater movie?
No.
I mean, not literally, but like you're watching someone underwater and just kind of like.
No.
No? Okay, I do.
Actually, a good underwater movie is U-571. You ever watch that? I think Matthew McConaughey's in it. It's like back in.
Is it like Finding Nemo?
It's like back to yeah. It's just more metal and more submarine-y kind of things. I haven't
seen that.
More live person over animation. Yeah, but same idea.
Wait, Nemo's animated?
In the water, huh? No, Nemo's real.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You can adopt him too. You can adopt him for five easy payments of $2,000. So, topic for today. 2021 goals. We're going to go fairly quick through this because we have places to be. But 2021 goals, give us your thoughts. I know this is like the time where people have like the New Year's resolution. Yeah, let me hear your thoughts. Like any major plans, anything that's like, or even if you don't want to like share goals or whatever, it's like, is there something you think about or themes that you think about like at the New Year? Do you not do New Year's resolutions? Like what's your take on New Year's resolutions in 2021?
I mean, I don't necessarily adhere to the idea of New Year's resolutions because I think if you have an idea to do something to better yourself, you should do that when you think of it and just consistently make yourself better. However, I guess in kind of in the same way you do, I like to set goals that are measurable or just try and be a better person every year. So while technically a year is just kind of a quasi idea of measuring time and you should consistently be improving, not just January 1st. I like to see where I am this January 1st versus next January 1st. So my goals, I suppose, for this year are more focused on health because the past 3 years I've been extremely focused on just improving myself career-wise and like mentally-wise and just in more non-physical ways. And because of that, my health has not been as good. Not like I'm sickly or anything, but I lost about 30 pounds of muscle and I don't eat regularly and just, the little thing that I don't get enough sleep. And, right now I'm surviving fine, but I feel like I'm reaching a point in my life age-wise where if I don't start paying attention to making sure I get enough sleep, making sure I eat enough, I have back pain all the time now because I don't work out. I just sit at a desk and I sit very poorly. All those videos will be like, if you sit like this, don't sit like this. That is exactly how I sit. Just look up the video. That's how I sit. I don't care what video it is. Just terrible.
Quasimodo, just a big old hunchback.
I'm going to be 90 and my head's going to be at my chest. Just crunched over. So taking care of myself physically, because I think that also is going to impact my career as far as it's a lot easier to work when you're in a good mood and you're not in pain and you're well slept and you're well fed and you're able to think quicker and stuff. And then I guess also just kind of sort out what I'm doing, preferably by April.
There you go. Well, everybody will just like reach out to you in April. Be like, Ellie, you decided what you want to
decided?
Where are you going, Ellie? So I agree with you on if you have something you want to do it when you think of it, not do it necessarily. Like, don't wait, don't procrastinate. If you have an idea in October, don't wait till January 1st to start it because you wasted what was that, a quarter of a year?
Yeah.
So I do like that idea. I try to do that with certain things throughout the year. When they come to me, I usually try to implement it as fast as I can when I'm ready to. And I don't. Part of it is not because I'm procrastinating. Sometimes I just know I physically or mentally or time wise cannot do it at that time or financially or whatever. But it's on my short list of things I do want to work towards. So the good thing for me every year in January. The reason January is a good month for me to have goals set or to start really diving into goals is because, like, full disclosure, I set most of my real estate goals in October. The reason is because, I mean, you know this, but like typically in real estate, we get paid, we get number like transactional stuff is always roughly 2 months after you actually do it. So like nothing really shows for 2 months because there's a closing process. So when you talk about, oh, we got a deal under contract, you know, you do have a good 2 month window. So I always look at our fiscal year. Yes, it ends December 31st, but realistically in real estate land, November 1st, I think, is like starting 2021 or the following year. Yeah. So I had a lot of my goals down in October for 2021. So I'm really 2 months into my goals and starting month 3 of our goals for 2021. Now, with that being said, usually the end of the holidays, I'm going to say late November through right now, like through New Year's, it is kind of the quieter part of real estate for the most part during the year, just because of the holidays. So a lot of it allows me to start working on some stuff. And also between the holidays, birthdays, like my birthday was like, I don't know, 10 days ago, something like that, 12 days ago. So for me, technically January 1st is a new year, but it's also a new year of me kind of thing. Like my birthday's so close to New Year's that it just feels like I'm resetting. Like now I'm 31. So this is like my 31 year. So it kind of culminates nicely. And then also a lot of people set goals. So I kind of ride that wave with other people too. So if I have either people in the office or people that I'm dealing with that I talk to and they have goals, it kind of fires you up because they are now more into I have a lot of goals I work on throughout the year. Mm-hmm. But now when I start seeing other people really start, thinking more in the mindset of setting goals, it fires me up too, because I think about that all year long, but not, so there's people that do that, but there's some people who don't. Some people are like, I really focus on, I really reevaluate my goals around this time of the year. Yeah. So when I have conversations with people, I get excited hearing them talk about it and it kind of play off of that. You know what I mean? So I do like the idea of goals, but my goals this year, I'm working towards them, but I'm always like reevaluating because like right now is when I kind of look at numbers and, even though I set goals before, I kind of adjust them a little bit. I'm focusing more this year on the company versus my company versus myself because, and I got to kind of evaluate what that looks like because I've spent 10 years, majority of it on me. The last couple of years shifting more to the office, but I think now I have to step more out of agent to running an office. I've been doing it, but I think I have to put even more time and effort into that. So for me, that's difficult because it's kind of a mental struggle or mental roadblock where I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And how am I okay letting go of some stuff? And, and I'm sure I will be, but it's like taking the plunge of doing it. So that's kind of one, business wise, that's pretty much it, is keep doing what we're doing, but just keep improving on the last couple of years. We blew by my goal for this year that I set last year, not knowing about coronavirus or COVID, that this thing would happen, and everybody just blew by the goal anyways, which is awesome. So I kind of look at, we're doing the right stuff. We have, really good people. So it's kind of keep building on that momentum and keep doing what we're doing and just be consistent. Because I think too many people jump and they don't give enough time for an idea or a process to kind of see its way through. So I really want to focus on what we're doing, but do it, in the quote of Michael Scott, do it harder. So we're going to keep dating your mom harder. So we're just going to keep working on this year harder. So that's pretty much it. I don't know. I maybe we'll do individual goal stuff later this month or retouch on it. But I think the general theme for this is setting goals. I am a big proponent of setting goals all year long, but I do think that this is a good time to kind of ride that New Year's resolution wave.
Absolutely,
I think the biggest thing, if you're setting goals, if they talk about doing SMART goals, I don't know the acronym. Look it up. It's like I don't know. They're measurable, actionable, timely, something like that. So, but the whole idea is if you're going to have goals, make sure they're realistic goals. They can, a good exercise for you to do, this is the last thing I'm going to say because we got to leave. The last thing is when you set goals, when I set goals at 1 year, 3 year, 5 years. So 1, 3, and 5, and then 10, 20, and 30. And when you look at that, like, why are you setting 30-year goals and 20-year goals? Well, goals 1, 3, and maybe even 10, you can put metrics behind it, meaning numbers. You can actually measure those a little bit as to where you want to be. I would say that's more of like the 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
The 10, like you can put numbers on 1, 3, and 5. The 10, 20, and 30-year goals for me are more theme-based. Like what I would like to accomplish as a general theme, not necessarily numbers or exact specifics, but kind of where I would like my life to go or build to. So that is if you struggle with goals, write down 1, 3, 5, 10, 20, and 30. Short-term goals give you that short-term sight. And I would even say, and I'm starting, a friend of mine told me this last week or 2 weeks ago, break down the 1-year goal down into 90 and 30-day goals, which are kind of like mini sprints, but instead of procrastinating on a 90-day goal, take that 90-day goal and really make it a 30-day.
Yeah.
Because most people don't.
Even one day. If you find, because have had a habit of doing this many times of setting lofty goals for yourself that are not achievable and then getting overwhelmed and then not achieving them at all.
Yes.
Set a little goal. Like, okay, I wanted to send 100 emails today, but I didn't send any because I got overwhelmed by it. Okay, well, you're going to get on your computer and you're going to send at least one. Because once you send at least one, you're probably going to send 10 more or 20 more. And so just set little goals for yourself, and then you're going to surpass them because, just not feeling overwhelmed and getting in the step of doing it. And sometimes, you can have an idea of what you want to reach, but then day to day, give yourself little goals that just kind of build upon each other.
I did that the other day with podcast guests. I wrote down email 5 people or reach out to 5, and I'm like, you know what, do it. Boom, 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 boom. Reach out to 5 and
Done.
have 2 scheduled and waiting to schedule 1 or 2, and 1 I haven't heard back from. The second last thing I'm going to say is when you mentioned that, I watched something the other day that was very simplistic. It was just pick 5 things you want to do that day and just focus on those 5 things.
Yeah.
Because if you get them done, you want to do more, that's great, but don't feel you have to do 10. Just do or whatever. Just say, I got 5 goals. I mean, you break down more, but these 5 goals can be very simple goals.
Yeah.
They don't have to be very complex, time-consuming, but just pick out 5 things each day, because if you do 5 things each day, you're doing a lot.
Yeah, overscheduling burnout is a real thing, and if you over-push yourself, then you're not going to get anything done because you don't even know where to start. It's good to, focus on the important things and then maybe have a couple, small goals every day that you just want to hit. Yeah.
No, I agree. 100%. That's awesome. Okay, we got to run. Do you have a quick office quote?
I don't. It's on Peacock now. I bought it all on DVD.
You did buy it?
I did. I got it on Blu-ray, actually.
I'm looking at all the streaming services right now. iTunes, everybody. This will be our Office thing of the day. Office is now on Peacock, which is it's fine. It still exists. It's not dead. It's just off Netflix.
Damn you, Peacock.
Yeah, so Peacock took it. I bought Peacock. Found out you can't sync it to Peacock. Does not work on a Samsung Smart TV. So nope. So public address announcement. I might be able to Apple AirPlay it to my TV. I got to see. The other thing is iTunes right now is you can buy the entire series streaming. So for $30, and the entire season. The only problem is with that is they're not broken down into seasons. They are just one long continuous, 194
That sounds
episodes.
amazing.
So, but it's $30 on iTunes. If you want to go buy it, go buy it. It may be hard to kind of find the episodes, but they're all there. I promise you.
Also, I don't know if this is legal, but you can just get a VPN and watch it from the UK.
That's legal. You can do that.
Cool.
Is Netflix still on?
It's on Netflix in the UK. So if you get a VPN and change your location to the UK, you can watch it.
Fact check me on that, because I think it's okay. But fact check me. But I think
I'm only advocating for it if it's legal. I do not.
But VPN, like that. I think that's normally something you do anyways.
VPNs are pretty common. I don't know if geotagging VPN is necessarily acceptable, but I mean.
Be inventive, you guys, and if you find out a great system, please notify the show that we would like to jump on board. We would like to jump on board if you find a crafty way to watch The Office on a better streaming site than Peacock. That is all. Episode 77 of Realty Talk.
Ellie.
With that, Ellie and Gaelan. Bye.